Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about how I make Meseta on the free-to-play account without actually playing the game that much. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So as many of you guys know, my Ship4 character is my alt account. As you can see, I do not have the free premium that all NGS creators have because this is a separate account. Now just to clarify, it is okay to have multiple accounts as long as they don't share resources. That is where Sega draws the line and makes it a bannable offense. So you can have multiple accounts if you want, as long as they are individual accounts that have their own resources and you do not share the resources in any way. So in my case, it's very simple. This account is only Ship4, it's going to stay on Ship4 and it's exclusive for Ship4. While my main account is on Ship2 and that's the character that you see in all of my videos. Now with all the disclaimers out of the way, we need to talk about my Meseta over here because getting 60 million Meseta on a free-to-play account is sometimes quite a pain in the butt. So as a free-to-play player, your most important item is the personal shop use 3 days. This item over here is solid gold. Future care over here, I just realized that I never talked about where we get the shop passes, and it's actually in the mission pass at tier 24. You get a personal shop use for 3 days. You do not need premium, you do not need to buy the gold pass, you just automatically get it at tier 24, and this is for every single mission pass. So as you can see right now, we're in NGS season 19 of the mission pass. So all of my free-to-play players, we get a shop pass every single month. So it's 3 days for every 30 days. So yeah, it kind of sucks that we only gain access for 3 days, but this is what Sega gives us, so we just gotta kind of work with it. The reason for this is because it allows you to sell all of your different emotes as well as different fashion pieces as well as augments that you may be sitting on or saving on. As you can see over here, Starseed, when I check the market right now, it's going for 6.5 million. However, if we look at the older prices, you can see that the older prices were going for quite a lot more, 9.5 million, 25 million, 40 million. These are ridiculous prices. No one's really gonna buy these, but they were significantly higher than before. Now, I was very fortunate to purchase this for a much lower price because I bought it 2 days ago when the scratch first came out, and a lot of people were quick selling a lot of these emotes, so I managed to snag an extra one over here, which I'm going to be sitting on until the price is right. As you can see, all the prices are 6.5 million ish. I'm going to wait until it goes back up to 8 million, back to 9 million, and then I will sell it, and that way I will make some profit. And this logic applies to all the other fashion pieces as well. As you can see, Variety Mask A, this is a very rare item. As you can see on Ship4, there's only 3 of them left, and they're going for 9.5 million, 9.6 million, and 12 million. So I have one over here. I'm gonna wait for a couple to sell out, and then I'll put mine on maybe for like 10 million and try to cash that out. But with all that being said, if we actually go to my view sales history over here, you're going to notice that I made a lot of money from selling capsules. The reason for this is because I prepare for certain moments. So we're going to scroll down over here to the big money making part. As you can see, during April 12th and April 11th, I made a lot of money right here because I sold a lot of Addy capsules, the Motion Dash Shadow Swim, and more Addy capsules. So the main thing that happened over here was when the Addy Scratch came out, the last Addy Scratch, I knew that people were going to be buying these Addy capsules when the Slayer came out. So I prepared and I bought a bunch of Addy raw techs. And the reason why I bought the range tech version was simply because the range tech version was cheaper than the melee range one or the Mel Raws, and that's why I bought this. Because I knew for a fact 1 month later when the Slayer came out, everyone's gonna want these Addy capsules in order to build their full endgame gear because the Slayer is a fun class. And so I invested in these. As you can see, I made 8.1 million per capsule, so that means I sold each capsule for 9 million. However, I bought these capsules for about 4 million, and thus I pretty much doubled my profit over here because my initial cost was 4 million, but I made 8.1 million back. Keep in mind, when you sell items on the marketplace, they do take a 10% cut. It just goes into the system and it disappears. Poof, it's gone. So you do need to add that into your calculations when you are planning to sell these items or invest into these items. So as you can see over here, I sold an Overlord emote, which I invested way back in the day. I sold this on March 6th, and now March 7th, I also sold a floating time emote. So as you can see from the dates over here, basically every time that I pop a shop pass, I'm making at the bare minimum 10 million. And that is what I think most people should probably aim for. You don't want to pop your shop pass just to sell some random item just to make like 500,000 or 2 or 3 million. You want to make sure that you farmed up enough items or you've invested into enough items so that when you pop that shop pass, you're going to make a lot of money. The biggest cash out I made over here is obviously on April 11 and April 12. So I popped a 3-day shop pass, and in 2 days I made 45.5 million. So this was a very nice cash out. I try to aim for about 50 million each time I pop one of those shop passes. However, of course, you know, it's the marketplace. There is a lot of variables to consider. So something that I would recommend people to look into right now is work on your HAL finales. Remember, every 2 weeks you get one free HAL finale if you do your due diligence. What do I mean by that? You simply come back over here, you go to the item trader Travis, you go to Aegis Intercart Exchange, scroll to the very bottom, you pick up all of these Dominas. Remember, you can exchange your Aegis Integras for all of these Dominas. You get a bunch of Aegis Integras by running the limited time quest right now, by running Dark Falls Aegis and exchanging your Neo A weapons into Aegis Integras. There are plenty of ways to obtain Aegis Integras right now, and every single week, just make sure that you buy the Stia Domina as well as the Kavaris Domina. These 3 over here are optional. However, I just buy them anyway because I have a bunch of Aegis Integras and they don't serve any other purpose for me right now since I already have the Neo A weapon. And then every 2 weeks you come to the item lab, exchange enhancement materials, augment capsules, scroll down here, HAL finale, and boom, you can craft your free HAL finale every 2 weeks, which is still going for 1.8 million to 2 million. However, I don't recommend people to sell now. The reason why the HAL finale prices, or just all the capsule prices in general, are going for cheaper than normal is because most people are done upgrading. So what you want to do now is prepare all of your HAL finales, prepare all of your Gigas Masters, prepare all of your Mastery 4 capsules, so that later down the line when we get new gear as well as the level cap increase, people naturally are going to want to upgrade their armor in order to make the new best in slot. And that is where you're going to make all of your money. You need to save up all of the highly sought out items, wait until there's a huge surge in demand, and that is when you pop your 3-day shop pass, sell everything that you can within that 3-day window and cash out. However, you need to be patient. This requires a lot of patience and a lot of dedication, because let's say the Mastery 4 capsules, you can start slowly farming them right now. You can just be farming in combat zones. Maybe you get lucky and there's a couple captains that spawn and you get a couple mastery capsules from there. However, I personally don't like to rely on RNG alone. The way that I am able to outplay the RNG system is I brute force it. I farm so much in the combat zone that RNG has no choice but to spawn the mobs that I need eventually. So maybe you don't get the captain in the first 5 hours, but maybe if you farm 20 hours, you're bound to see at least one captain. And that's how I brute force the system. However, there are smarter ways to do this, of course. You could be farming the dual quest instead, because remember, you're going to need that special capsule in order to craft the Gigas Masters, so you're getting that material while you're getting a chance of getting a Mastery 4. So you just need to be a little bit smart with your time on what exactly you're farming for, and try to be efficient with your farming by killing multiple birds with one stone. Instead of farming for one specific item, you aim to farm for multiple different items in the same area. And that is probably the best advice that I can give for players who want to make money by just playing the game. However, a lot of players don't have time to play the game all day, every day, and this is a very good way to make some money. You buy some items that are relatively cheap now because they're available in the scratch, then you wait 2 to 3 months. Now, it's going to be very difficult for a lot of people to sit on their money for 2 to 3 months, because remember, you're spending 4, 5, 6 million buying all of these items, and then you make 0 meseta for 2 to 3 months because you're just sitting on it, you're waiting for the prices to go up. Once the prices go up, because the demand increases and the supply decreases, then you put your item onto the market, you pop your 3-day pass, and you cash out. So that is another strategy to make money. Now, some people might be panicking and be like, Caro, you just gave away my strategy on how to make money. I'm gonna be totally screwed now. Don't worry, I don't think that's going to happen. The reason for this is because this strategy requires a lot of self-control. A lot of people who play this game don't have self-control. We're compulsive, impulsive buyers. The moment something comes out, we want to buy it, we want to look good, we want things now. So this strategy isn't going to work for players like that. So you need to be very, very calm and very chill if you want to use this strategy of investment. So That's why I'm not too worried about trading the strategy, because I know a lot of people are going to screw up somehow, and then you guys can profit off them totally, I think. I don't know. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.